everybody, my name is Rain. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I give in. We are taking a look at by far the most requested comic for me to make a video on. I'm sure it will be a nice little story. With well-developed characters. Oh, that's getting hooked. How compelling plot that integrates valuable life lessons into it. Well, regardless of our expectations, today we're taking a look at Jinx, a highly popular boys love manhwa that took the internet by storm in 2023 when it first started publishing and has somehow kept it in a chokehold through all of its 90-something chapters. The reasons for its popularity are debatable. Is it the art? Is it the tension? Is it the fact that it's fetish content masked as a representation in order so that nobody feels weird about it? Or is it that us as a society will tolerate any red flag as long as it's got enough ab definition? Well, let's crack it open and reluctantly find out for ourselves, shall we? Even I, that I'm not interested at all in boys love stuff, I have come across this randomly on the internet. So it has breached its bubble. For those of you who have escaped the perils of this comic though, Jinx follows its very unfortunate main character, Kiman. And my god, is he unfortunate. He's got a mountain of debt with the loan sharks, a granny in the hospital that he loves dearly, and cannot find any job in his profession as a physical therapist because the director of the hospital where he worked at tried essaying him but got caught in the act and somehow twisted the story so that no one will now hire him. And he's also a twink! As a result, he now has a very scaredy and timid personality. He truly is pitiful right from the start. I'm sure this story will uplift this guy and not dish out any more misery and misfortune for the enjoyment of the sick audience that goons to this garbage. I'm sure. Anyway, we're also introduced to the supposed love interest, though I love to use the word love in the same sentence as this guy. He is a perpetrator, a criminal, a toxic fiend. But I'm getting ahead of myself. For now, he's Jaekyung. Jaekyung. The MMA heavyweight champion. But to start my nitpicking journey on the art of this comic, this guy does not look like an MMA fighter. They are not Dorito shaped. They need a strong core to punch and often a pretty busted face from getting their nose broken many times. I would assume that if you write a comic where a main character is a champion of martial arts, you would have a little bit of an idea about it. But what to expect of a story fetishizing the gays and criminally abusive relationships? So, well, let's get into the story. The story moves pretty quick. Kiman is called to be the new physical therapist of that perp because of course he's a fighter, he's very aggressive and committing crimes left and right, like knocking out his previous therapist for being annoying. Why does he have roid rage? MMA fighters do not take steroids. This guy does look like he's on steroids though. As Kiman comes in, he had also just brutalized the dude that asked to spar with him. MMA is a very honor-based sport, by the way. The dudes are knocking each other out, but they do no more than necessary. Anyway, Kiman goes in and starts doing his massage thing while marveling at this dude's body and face. But he gets a little distracted and he touches this guy's dick. Accident. He's like, oi, why you diddle my shit? The little one starts crying while profusely apologizing. But the dude is like, shit, it ain't a deep, calma. But Kiman is absolutely terrified of this dude, so he finishes and he daddles with quickness and intent. But at night, the perp is calling him, saying, I'm gonna give you 5 grand if you come up to my place right now. Do that thing you did again. Little does Kiman know that the thing he did is touch his dick. So he's like, say less, I'm broke as fuck. And he rushes to the address. This dude has such a fucking mischievous, creepy ass facial expression. Got him. But once he gets there, Kiman finds out that he was called for not only physical therapy but also physical therapy. He called Kiman over as a horse because he has these genes that if he doesn't have sex before matches, he fails to perform good. He don't need like to perform, but he needs a twink. He is absolutely not on board with it. He had just seen the previous twin get chased out and straight beat up as he came in. So of course he is terrified. But when he is met with the threat of not being paid is when he actually makes up his mind to do this, sadly. So fucking gross. Don't open up the discussion over the horrors of capitalism on a gay fetish for comic. We can also talk about how this whole little scene of the more vulgar twink getting cast off for the virginal one is just a projection of the puritanical pick-me fantasy, but we will sadly get into that later. The proportions are fucked. Why does he have such a small pea head? Why does he have such big tits in comparison to his head? Like he's got microcephaly. What is going on? He looks so sad and scared, and this one looks so pleased with himself. Kim Dan really does not want to go through with this though. He is very, very scared and embarrassed. So he spends about an hour in the shower trying to get over it. The dude gets too fucking impatient and he straight up physically snatches him out of the shower, throws him on the bed and tries get into business right away. But of course the hyper masculine dude has a massive dick. Of course. Why is this always a fucking fetish? I hate the humble bragging that these comics do around it too. Oh my god, why is it so big? No, it's gonna fucking bring him hot. Stop making these characters scared over it. God damn. Anyway, what follows is a very, very uncomfortable scene. Kim Dan trying to get ready even though he's never done this before. And the perpetrator getting even more impatient and forcibly doing it for him. I'm gonna spare showing you most of that because it is very fucking uncomfortable to see. At this point, I really did question doing this video at all. It's just very difficult to get through. Kim Dan is just so scared throughout all of it, and he's really not fucking giving consent. He keeps saying stop, go slow, stop, don't do it. It's just very, very uncomfortable. This is your last chance. No more Mr. Nice Guy after this. Who the fuck is Mr. Nice Guy? Motherfucker, nice where? Stop, this is too rough. No, stop that. That's enough. Please just stay. I hate this. I just want it to be over. When they finally get to it, it does not get any better. Quite the opposite. The guy shoves his head into the bed and says, keep testing my patience and I'll smash your head in. Just shut your mouth and take it. We're just getting started. People go into this. People go into this. A lot of women go into this. At one point he starts crying and the disgusting motherfucker is like, if you think crying will make me go easy on you, you got another thing coming. I like it. What the fuck do you mean? Fucking rape is happening on my computer screen right now, guys. People swoon over this, man. Mind you. Kim Dan has to go through the ordeal for the whole night. Because of course this dude has better refresh rate than my fucking monitor. And then he skedaddles in the morning. While this motherfucker is drinking his little stupid milk. Glug this dick. Stupid bitch. This is only chapter 4, by the way. The following day, this dude goes on to have one of his best matches of his career. And he is absolutely set on having Kim Dan as his personal? And so he is set on having Kim Dan as his personal physical therapist from now on. His form don't look right. Only problem is Kim Dan has some trauma right now. And so he's bedridden, not picking up any of the calls as he fucking should. And Jaekyung is not having it. He is having, once again, constant roid rage. Kim Dan is visiting his granny, and we find out that the reason she's in hospital is because she has cancer. Cancer that isn't responding to chemotherapy anymore. But hold up, there is this new medicine that is 3 times more expensive than the chemotherapy. So Kim Dan must get abused for money again. The horrors of capitalism again. Oh! Also people go into this. No! Now the perp gets to act all all nonchalant and shit. Like, damn, I called you 1,000 times, innit, shawty? Why show up like this now? But Kim Dan is here for business. He's gotta save his granny. Remember, he means to find out exactly what he's about to get his ass into. Himself into. And apparently he will be this guy's legit physical therapist and also his Jinx cure right before the matches. The problem is that Granny's treatment is 10k a month, and he's also got all of his loan shark debt. So the 4k that this cheap motherfucker offered him is not gonna cut it. So he asked for 14k. And the dude is like, yeah, okay, but I can hit whenever I want. And Kim Dan immediately accepts. What are you doing? He called you 5,000 times. He doesn't get to add new terms. He wants you to work for him. But he fails to consider this. And as he accepts, of course, the dude basically jumps him, fucking pulls his hair for some reason, because he wants it now, obviously. Spare you this scene that follows, because it's more rape. But Kim Dan was also hired to be a legit physical therapist, so the next day he must show face at the sex offender's gym, where his skills and nice, polite personality make him very popular with all the other fighters there. Did the author ever use any references when drawing these fight scenes? What is this? Anyway, of course, the Giga Chad could not suffer all these other men talking to his employee, so he feels the need to humiliate Kim Dan by having sex with him in the gym shower, a public space. But Kim Dan punches that bitch. Hell yeah! This one actually stood up, guys. And he immediately starts groveling in fear. Why do they keep drawing him like this? They keep making him have the most sad, scared, terrified faces. But the dude we've consistently seen get enraged by nothing at all is pretty unfazed by it, because Kim Dan is not like other dudes. Well, nonetheless, he does not back down from his previous plans, and the whole rest of the chapter is that shit. Where is the plot? Isn't this supposed to be porn with plot? There is not much plot. This is fucking vile, man. This is vile. People go into this shit. This is the most popular PL, basically, right now. Everyone else at the gym seems to be pretty nice to Kim Dan, though. He gets a little welcome party, and the shit with legs is not supposed to show up. And he unexpectedly shows up. And they make him drink enough alcohol to put him in a coma. Woo! This comic is so cool. This comic is amazing. This guy is constantly going through perils. I wonder, when will this stop? When will this stop? He gets shit-faced, of course, and the dude has to take him home. And he sees that he lives in a poor area, and he starts talking about some overpowering stench of poverty bullshit. He literally says, damn, you live like this? So he takes him to his place, because Kim Dan started clinging to his leg like a child, believing him to be the granny. This is some fuck shit. Some fuck imagery right here, considering what this dude did to this other little dude. Well, once he wakes up, the dude is not only a criminal, but he also has no manners, and he starts dogging on him for being poor. Our lead may take being humiliated and beaten and essayed and still act meek and polite, even friendly to this fucking maniac, but do not call him poor. Then he will fearlessly stand up for himself and walk off. This shit is so inconsistent. I would make fun of how bad the writing is if there was any to speak of. What is this face? Why is he missing like half of his face? Why does he have no bone definition at all? I see this story be very glazed for its art style, but the anatomy in it is really not very good. They are capable of drawing this angle. It is this. Why does it look like this here? Why is it so narrow? Well, do not get too happy about him standing up for himself earlier, because, every time he does that, this story must put him back down. Some fucking reverse plot armor bullshit. Just when he manages to pay some of the interest on his loans, he gets a call from some gentrification project management dude that he gotta pick up and leave now. They're trying to build a mall on that poor shit he lives at. So unless he wants to get sued, he better move out by the end of the week. And in case you were not feeling enough pity for him, as he's ruminating on how he's about to get all the money to move out on such a short notice, the loan sharks show up to beat him up, because how the fuck did he pay the interest? You can't win with these loan sharks, man. I really can't wait for the perpetrator? The gay petrator. The gay petrator. For the gay petrator to inevitably fuck them up. Because only he can beat up Kim Dan, guys. Only he can do that. For now, though, Kim Dan has to show face at the gym again and sit down on his knees and beg the p-head man for an advance on his salary so he can move out, so he's not getting sued by these stupid gentrification people. The horrors of capitalism again. And this stupid dude gets turned on by it. And as they're doing it, Kim Dan must go through the inevitable fucking event of confusion and self-loathing that all these disgusting comics sadistically must include, where his body starts to react to the abuse. And as always, the disgusting fans of this shit use these moments to say that, oh, he was actually enjoying himself right from the start. So he was actually not being raped. But it fucking is, innit? But it fucking is. He is also saying he is in pain the whole time. What is this selective reading bullshit that's going on in this stupid fan base? He even fucking faints after it's done. He's malnourished, so he cooks for him. He cares so much. Why is the art so glazed? The shirt, he looks like a worm. His torso looks like a dick. Wow, he's such a dick. He's a literal dick, guys. A potato, a salad, and an uncooked chicken breast. Kim Dan cannot believe his eyes either. He's like, shit, he's making me food? How can this be? He tells him, you at least need to be able to handle me. I'm telling you, take better care of yourself. I can't have you passing out all the time. Do I really have to help you with that too? No, sir, I'll do better. Oh, the proportion of him. Why does he look like this? Especially next to Kim Dan that has normal proportions, a normal sized head. He looks so odd. He will give him the advanced stuff, thankfully. Guys, Kim Dan is so fucking abused that getting a little meal and an advance on his pay makes him believe that he's dreaming. You cannot believe that last night he was so harsh, but now he's making him a meal. None of it feels real. What on earth happened while I was passed out? It's just a meal. Jaekyung seems to have a big match coming though against this dude. He's a foreigner guy, so he's very, very vulgar and shit. He's gotta be careful this time too. This guy jumped a weight class because no one could handle him. He's that good. But for some reason, after they had the Jinx wording sex the previous night, he told Kim Dan not to come to the actual match, even though he's his actual physical therapist. So he's all worried now for some reason. He's worried for his abuser. He gets a call from the coach though. They've got a situation. Jaekyung is in real bad shape. Well, don't make me celebrate now. We need you to get down here right away. Why is he so worried for his abuse? He should be rejoiced. Well, I guess he needs the money, but he quickly rushes to the match. Doctor, I've never seen Jaekyung like this before, Doc. He's really going through it. Hurry. Jaekyung, Doc Dan is here. Oh no, his state must be worse than I thought. Everyone out but him. Oh no, some fuckery is about to happen. Some literal fuckery is about to happen. Sir, are you really feeling that poorly? I heard you're having trouble with your shoulder? Let's make this quick. Strip. Ah, fuckery, no. Heavyweight champ and Emperor Jaekyung against middleweight challenger Randy Booker, better known as The Butcher. Both players just passed their weigh-ins and this is their first time meeting. In person. And folks, you can feel the tension from here. And why is this guy so goofy looking? Of course, it's a foreigner, so he's blonde. I kind of like this guy. He's battered at this Stupid motherfucker. He gets so mad. He's like, yeah, that pissed you off? So hit me. The emperor? A little baby like you? Champion? Ha! I'll snap your scrawny little neck, motherfucker. I'm taking you out in the first round, bitch. You fucking loser. I'm kind of enjoying this little chapter here. These stances are killing me, man. Just get some fucking references. Why did it look like this? So I guess his shoulder got fucked in the face-off. Hyung, I don't think I can do this. My shoulder won't move. He's doing a little bluff so he can get Kim Dan. That's how he got Kim Dan there for 6. Kim Dan is like, shit, you had me come all the way here from Busan for this? I took the express train, motherfucker. The deal was wherever, whenever, wasn't it? What are you complaining about? Besides, this was the only way Namwook Hyung would let me call you in last minute. Ugh, I was so worried the whole way here. Oh my god, why were you worried about this fucking bitch that raped you? God damn. What fucking Stockholm Syndrome situation are we witnessing right now? The fucker is commencing, and since he's so fucking rage baited by the foreign dude, he's extra rough on poor Kim Dan. He starts crying and begs him to be a little gentler. And he suddenly grows a conscience because he remembers that the doctor told him his constitution is weak. So for some reason he kisses him. Doesn't even know how to kiss. He's that much of a virgin at 29. They finish and Kim Dan is left on the locker room floor, confused and dazed about why the fuck the man started acting a little different. He goes on to have the fight. Here comes the man himself, Jaekyung. Can this champion defend his title once again? We're about to find out. This looks like some anime bullshit. Why, Randy Booker coming in strong right out the gate. Ah, that's a body blow to Jaekyung full force. Not my abuser! Did he even have enough time to get Stockholm Syndrome? He showed him the middle fingers. Wow, he's so cool, guys. He's so cool. This one also gets very mad. He's like, giving me the middle finger. Me, the one who's rage baiting you, who's been rage baiting you, got angered by a little double middle finger. Makes so much sense. He gets got immediately. The ref steps in. It looks like it's over, folks. And he spat on him, of course. Kim Dan is so wow-struck at this. Wow, I can feel the electricity. I guess this is what it means to be a champion. It struck me all over again. I started this job for the money, true, but Jaekyung is a much bigger deal than I ever realized. And now it's my job to take care of him. Why are we glossing over all the rape and the physical abuse and this guy being a true total asshole? What's going on? He even goes out of his way to go Delhi. Today's match, it was amazing. You were amazing. Tell me something I don't know. Aye, so fucking annoying. Kim Dan's bruises are fading, guys. Because the gay petrator gave him an ointment. And it must be really good. He hurts me and then he heals me. What on earth am I even doing? But wait, why did he kiss me that day? He usually is so rough with me. Why the shift? Come to think of it, that was actually my first kiss. 29, first fucking kiss. I guess it can happen, but come on. Why do they all gotta be so fucking virginal? What's with this stupid fetish? If kissing is like that, I don't know if I can do it again. It's time to stop thinking useless thoughts and finish washing up. I should get going. I've got to find a new place to live, plus we're going off-site this afternoon. Yeah, he's trying to find a place for himself on very short notice, but all the places are quite shit. For some reason, the people that are trying to gentrify his area don't seem to be giving him any money. At least, they should help you with the move, no? Like, they can't just come in and be like, hey, just move. In real life, they're very shitty, of course, because they fucking make you move your life. But they at least pay you for it. He does not seem to get paid. I never moved before, so I had no idea what the market was like. Who knew those tiny places would be so expensive? $14,000, and still after the fees and the interest, there's barely enough left for rent. Should I have just asked for more from the beginning? Probably, my guy. You've lost your mind, Kim Dan. How could you possibly think this wasn't enough? Even this is way more than I deserve. My guy, you're being raped. Whenever, what the fuck? There are just too many things to pay off. That's why it doesn't feel like enough. He's having all these conundrums about paying rent and stuff. But the loan sharks show up. So he is late to the gym. The guy is like, what the fuck? Where is he at? This is gonna be the moment where he goes and finds out at least about the loan sharks guy. He will either go find him beat up and then find out about the loan sharks, or he will find him with the loan sharks, rescue him, beat up the loan sharks like a good man that he actually is. He's so redeemable, guys. He does rape him every time he sees him, but he also defends him from some loan sharks. Why are the loan sharks beating him up? I don't get it. What's the logic here? He's been paying, so let us rough him up so he cannot go to his job and pay us any longer. Aren't they like motivated by money? What is this? They open his bank account and see that he's got money. The main loan shark is asking him for all of his money, the whole 4,000k. You want him to pay all of your money, so of course it's good to make him homeless. But the story makes no real sense, so he has to send all of the money. And they think he's got the money from a whorehouse? So of course they gotta turn pie, they gotta but yes, as they're about to rape him, the guy shows up. So things get heated and they get beat the fuck up. Well, a rapist beating up other rapists. At least they're fucking up each other, I guess. What is this? What is this pose? He's about to bitch slap him. He even pays the loan sharks the debt that Kiman has. Kiman, of course, is traumatized. He's in a corner. This guy is fucking nonchalant. He's just picking him up, taking him away. This fucking chapter was rough. He's so worried about him for some reason. Sir, are you alright? You didn't get hurt, did you? The doctor went home, so no med check today. Now I'm gonna have to make the whole trip again. I'm so sorry. But sir, what will we do if those people report you? If you end up in court for assault, your career, their criminals getting the law involved will make things worse for them. Besides, I gave them a fair compensation. Huh? You gave them money? How much? As much as you owed them. What? Wait, that's not compensation. You just paid off my debt. Why would you? There was no need for you to do that. That was my job to handle. Why on earth would you? Is this a joke? You really think about like you could ever pay back that kind of money just by working a few jobs? And don't forget your sorry little situation was starting to mess with my needs. Think of it as an advance. Wait, this just means that now he owes this motherfucker all of the money. But even so, this wasn't your problem to solve. Then go back for all I care. Go right back there and spread your legs for those thugs and take your sweet time paying back every last penny. Why the hell are you giving me shit for paying it off? I said let's go right now. Okay, I get it. Please, sir. Thank you. I really will pay it back. Of course you will, and you know just how you'll do it, right? Doc, it's time for you to let go of your pride. And don't forget, I just bought you with cold hard cash. The horrors of fucking capitalism again. I thought if I just paid off my debts, my life would straighten out. But it's just one tangle after another. You fucking tell me. You tell me. Oh my god. And he's gonna take him to stay at his place. I'm sure Kiman is not gonna go through horrors beyond human imagination in that place. He goes to live with him. And in the morning, Jaekyung tells him that he didn't bring him in to be a freeloader. First, you keep up with the physical therapy and monitor my condition here too, just like at the gym. Unless you're working at the gym, stick close to home when possible. Being home makes sex easier too. She's basically a fucking slave now. Fuck. Why are you being this kind to me? He's not. He's really not. To be honest, I just don't get it. First you pay off my debt, and now you want me to live here with you. You're a slave, my guy. Don't tell me you think I'm doing this because what? I'm smitten with a sorry little thing like you? Huh? That's not... Don't cross the line. None of this is for you. It's to make my life easier. You're nothing more than a tool to handle my Jinx. No, not dehumanizing at all. Right, it's as simple as that. Yes, sir, I'll pay you back as quickly as I can and get off your hair. I'm sure sharing this space will be uncomfortable for us both. Whatever, I'm off. Yes, sir. Even if he doesn't treat me like a person, there's nothing I can do about it right now. Can't even argue with that. Did you forget something? I just realized I didn't get to take my breakfast. Fuck! So I figured I'd have a snack instead. Sir, you can't just... This is exactly why I'm keeping you close. And I can take no more of this bullshit porn with no fucking plot comic. All I've read is small setting intro, and then a fucking cycle of essay, convenient segue to essay, essay, convenient segue to essay, essay. It fucking goes on, and I'm sure the entirety of the comic is this way. And I honestly do not care to continue with such a fucking Sisyphean task. I am kind of curious, for the purposes of this video, how the vibes of this stupid relationship will evolve. So I went to the place where I do all of my reliable research, TikTok, and the findings were predictable as fuck. The big guy falls in love with the twink and starts treating Kim down with the modicum of respect any human being should receive, let alone someone in a consensual relationship should receive from their partner. This trope is so shit. He falls in love, but he's been in love from the start, guys. We all fail to see it, but he's been treating Kim down very differently and very lovingly from the start. He's actually always been a good man. He is now redeemed just because he stopped essaying this guy. What I found more interesting though is the public perception to this shit. Like, I knew there were fans, but I did not know how odd the fans actually were. They are literally celebrating that he starts asking for consent. You may be like, they're just joking, you know, they're just making fun of the comic actually. But no, someone in the comments pointed out how celebrating that he stopped essaying someone is crazy. And the one who posted this TikTok is like, he never essayed him though? You're crazy. The bar is molten in the core of the planet. Also, the goonery goes much deeper than I first thought. This one that celebrates the abuser turning into a switch apparently has a staggering number of likes. I'm very uncomfortable with this. This was posted 2 days ago. I thought the height of the popularity of this comic was when it first got posted, but as people saw how fucked up it was, it got less. But apparently it's very, very popular. Yes, unfortunately, regardless of my display of absolute disgust you've witnessed in today's video, you'll be appalled to know that this webcomic is extremely popular, consistently among the top of the popularity charts on its publishing website, currently at number 2 to be exact. And the sad reality is that this type of abusive relationship is what seems to sell in the BL community. The extent and shocking nature of the abuse they portray in this one only seems to broaden their popularity. In fact, as someone who does not particularly care about the gender of the people that make up the romances in the stories I read, I can say that this is the type of comic that I've mostly seen breach containment. It is really, really odd to me that rape seems to be very normalized and often romanticized by the fans, since in real gay relationships, abuse of any kind is often met with the break of the relationship, just like any other fucking relationship. It grows even odder when you learn that the bulk of these stories are written and largely consumed by straight women. Now, before the rivalry gets heated, there is absolutely nothing wrong with you enjoying a romance between two dudes. Fetishizing that romance absolutely is though. You may be wondering, what even is wrong with fetishes? Can a fella enjoy some leather? How's it hurting anybody? Well, fetishizing somebody for who they are is an entirely different matter. Something being a fetish implies reducing it to the sexual gratification the person having a fetish derives from it. So as long as it's consensual, fetishizing things or body parts is completely okay. You are valid fit lovers. But if the fetishism is focused on someone's identity, even if it is consensual, it ain't right. I have a black friend that said it was fine to say the N-word, so I have no clue why those fellas jumped me. Identity does not belong to a single individual. So while you may do whatever you please in the privacy and confines of your own relationship, don't be surprised that people dog on you if you bring that shit outside. There are a myriad of other comics just like this, and a myriad of books and other media that portray a similar vibe in the relationship. It is kind of a core tenet at this point of BL or male-on-male romances. What makes stories like this even more gross is that they pretend to be a portrayal of queer relationships, while all they do is reinterpret them into fetish content that is consumable and thus acceptable by the straights. The lovers of these comics will look at you and say, how can I be homophobic? All the media I consume is all about the gays. But wanting a group of people around you does not make you an ally to those people. Slave owners really like having black people around after all. It is not tolerance and acceptance, but harmful distortion of what being in a queer relationship is like. You can see that these relationships are viewed through the straight gaze by how gendered the men always are. One is hyper masculine while the other is always hyper feminine. I find this to be incredibly reductive and homophobic. It is as if they set off with a response to the question, so which one is the woman? There is also a lot of, unfortunately, typically feminine fantasies projected onto the bottom in the relationship. In chapter 2, we see the other twin being chased off by the man, fulfilling the fantasy of being picked, deemed more desirable, superior in submissiveness and less vulgar. Kim Dan is very inexperienced and pure and has to do nothing to be picked by the hyper-masculine man that has everything. His personality is bland and lackluster. He is meek and scared of everything, but at the end of the story, he is the one with the power. He manages to change the abusive man and even bring him under his heel. This fulfills the fantasy that if you are good enough in the male gaze, you will eventually manage to make them actually love you and respect you, even though all they do is step on everything you are as a human. It is quite sad, and I wish to stop talking about it, so I will. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I want to know what you have to say about this. And also, leave in the comments if you have any other requests. Please go easy on me. My cortisol grows higher with each video of this that I make. I got also the last video on tears on a withered flower. Did quite good, and a lot of people wanted me to cover the next half. I sadly have to do that. Stay tuned. And also, you can now become a member of the channel if you wish to support this madness. Please do. You get early access to all of my future videos, and also you get a shout out in all of them. Please support. I love y'all. Bye bye.